This is a small problem on Reaper 1. This is an above difficulty quest for the level. I would consider skipping this one on Reaper and doing as part of your favorite cleanup. Small and hard is not a problem. It's really Reaper where there's some extra mechanics that make this quest worth considering skipping and running as your favorite as part of a favor run.
You get a distinct impression of being watched. You hear a giant's voice.
Get up, Nail. More little people. They'll probably try to...
Another giant responds.
I don't wanna. You can't make me.
On Reaper, you definitely don't want to do the optional where you take the things from their pack. That's a lot of dodge.
A thunderous voice rumbles next to you.
Careful. That water is shallow.
The first part of this quest shouldn't be too bad. It's going to be much like the normal and hard, just a little more difficult. Once we get to the air elemental part, there's an additional thing on Elite and Reaper that makes it harder. There's a bunch of Typhlings on those rocks, so as we're jumping rocks, we're fighting Typhlings, and those Typhlings keep respawning.
You explain theater to the giant, but Brawn Pits gives you a task.
Seek the altar near the waterfall to appease the spirits before you take their water. And don't be jumping off that cliff. That water's shallow. You might sprain your ankles.
We're not going to face anything with magic missiles for a while, so I was holding off on using my magic missile cookies. If you're not sure, it's always best to use them. We have 20 minutes worth, and we could always recharge. So I just happened to know this quest from running it before, so I was gonna hold off until we have our first tiefling fight. All right, looks like I backtracked a little bit. Oh, that's bad. Trip. That's bad. You can see why the getting tripped or CC'd, held, when there's a Reaper spawning at the same time is just so tough. Uh, I couldn't lay on hands myself, anything. Luckily, my hireling threw me a heal at a good time, and so I was able to survive that, but it was a very close call. Yeah, once we have the blessing, we can grab the water. If we forget to do the blessing, we'll end up fighting some water elementals.
Brawn Pits gives you another task.
You'll find many smaller rocks to the west and to the north of my hut. Crush what you can.
So I've got 8 dots of the acid. I had 8 dots of acid, and if I didn't have the acid resist and absorb, it would have been a lot worse. All right, I'm gonna do this first, fire elemental as a test, and see if the hireling can survive it. My gut's telling me I probably ought to use resist in this part. I only have 20 clickies, although next level I can get it as a spell. I just don't want to use that one as a spell. I'd rather, there's an offense spell I could take that I'd rather take instead. But I may have to at least swap it in and out, quest by quest. Let's try it and see if the hireling survives. I'm suspect the hireling can't survive this, but oh, we got to go back to Brawn Pits. I was a little bit too premature on my firewood. We have to go back to Brawn Pits, report in on the Earth Elementals, then we can get the fire objective. And you can see by the spell points just how much harder it is on Reaper. Like even most Reaper quests, we don't get down this low this early. But we do have one shrine we could use. In fact, there's that second shrine by the water elemental spot that we can use. So if we really need to, we could go there. There'll be some respawns, but not much.
Brawn Pit says
If Brothers Grimm don't have any firewood, check up in the hills northwest of here.
Yeah, and of course, Brawn Pits we're probably going to want to give resist fire for sure, but possibly even some other things because of champions. Because if he dies, the quest fails. And he wasn't designed. It wasn't designed with with all these champions in mind that we have now. So champions add a lot of variability. It makes protect missions much tougher. But as a hill giant, he does have more hit points than normal NPCs we're protecting, so that's a big positive. My hunch about Marissa not surviving without resist turned out to be accurate. So I put her on passive so she didn't use up all her spell points healing herself, and then I'm going to give her fire resist, and we'll see what a difference that makes in the next fight. Oh, I'm getting low on wands actually. So do I have another wand? That might be my only wand. Okay, I came in here a little under prepared for this quest. I should have had a backup wand. I think we'll be okay though. I'll have to give her and Brawn Pits another resist. Also going to try to get the aggro Does a different type of damage, so that's why he's taking. I don't know why Marissa is not. Marissa inactive. I forgot that. That's why. Yep. But she survived it, which is good. I'm gonna let her use her spell points up here because I almost think I really don't need her. So I'm gonna put her on standard ground. I'll call her over if I need her. I don't want her to use up her last spell points fighting these elementals when I'm not taking much damage to begin with from them. But notice how they're all champions. Typical of orange names, high percentage chance to be champions. Alright, now there's going to be an ambush, and again, I'm heading towards that tree with the bush. See the double trees with the bushes there? Right, that first tree on the left is right above Braun Pitt's camp, so it saves us a little time versus backtracking. We just go there and head back. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get my... I forget exactly where the first Tiefling's, either this one or the next one, but I think it's actually this, might be this one, so I'm going to go ahead and get ready, and I'm going to go ahead and give Braun Pitts a protection from fire. Oh, I better get the champion first. So he didn't take too much damage, but certainly, certainly quite a bit. So what? I don't want her to rest yet. She does need to rest. Oh, she's resting anyways. Let's see. Okay, nope. I'm gonna take her back to the. I'm gonna take her back to the this shrine back here and use it, and then we'll use that one right before the end fight. We'll go to the end rather. So normally I don't need to use this shrine. I think hirelings, they tend to be it's a lot. This is a kind of a longer, tougher quest, so hirelings tend to run out of spell points. I'm gonna go ahead and shrine myself. getting a little bit of lag here. You can see when I jump, I don't move. You get these once in a while. It's not very common, at least for me. Some people say they have it more. I think if they have a bad internet connection, you might see it more.
Ron Pitts
But I
nods
get it
towards his campfire.
every
Eat hearty.
15, 20
You
quests.
will
I
have
might
a
get
lot
a
of
couple
climbing to do
second
to commune with spirits
spike
in the
like that,
sky
and
atop that pillar.
it clears.
This stew will give you strength.
All right. So I'm trying to think what the Typelings will do for damage. This is a pretty tough fight, so I probably need to use my resist wand here. It's not as crucial as the end, but see, I'm already used 2 clickies of it in this quest, and one of the reasons why I suggest skipping it on Reaper. If you don't have this wand, it makes it a little bit tougher, but we're fortunate to have one drop for us. All right, once we get to this, pretty soon the tieflings are going to appear on each of these islands. You can see it's a long way to go. So I'm going to go ahead and give her, I think, fire and electric. This is one of the tougher quests at this level. And I think that's the main 2 things she's going to face, although I think there's a little bit of cold damage too, but this should help. I think our main thing is going to be to take down this casters fast. Yeah, there's cold damage. Carnage Reaper, that's bad. Heat on the hireling. Oh, knocked down. See, this is really bad. Hireling dead. I'm knocked down. Alright. You can see why this is a very tough quest. Alright, and these are gonna respawn, so I only have a very short time and they're gonna respawn. Dancing. Alright. Alright, so let me get Marissa up. And I'm gonna have to wander. Although she'll be able to, I'm gonna have her heal herself. She'll be able to. I gotta save that wand for a real pinch, since I'm low on charges. Alright, unfortunately her stuff ran out, so I'm not gonna waste another charge on her. I'm just gonna hope I can survive these fights without her. And again, we'll get the Hellhounds, fire damage. And you can see the kind of, wow. Champion, that's the problem. Alright, I'm gonna get this champion. But the CC makes it really tough. And the damage. But, gotta get this champion down first. Alright. Alright. So, it's about as tough as I thought. I could maybe skip a rock. I don't know if they'll spawn on both rocks. But let me try this. I don't think they spawn on the next one. Alright, I think these climbing ones are okay. Alright, no, up champion. We gotta get the champion. And you can see the hireling's really struggling, but sort of knew that going into this. We're almost there, so if we survive this part, I mean the protect part's pretty tough too. We're facing these guys all the way. Alright, I want to go this way. Alright, one more. That's the spirit thing, and so we just need to fight these tieflings. This is unfortunately a little bit of a tougher battle, so I'm going to go in with all my buffs. Alright, no champions. These guys. Fatigued. Alright, we get entirely over. Oop. CC'd. Alright. So let's restore myself. And you can see why I went and used that shrine. Alright, I think this is gonna be a tough fight right over here as well. So I'm gonna do my renew these two this buff and my haste. And if we survive this, we're good. But oh, that's only an epic. An epic, this guy could actually die. Alright, I'm gonna give Marissa a quick fire resist now. For this next part. No, I'm not. It's just one fight, then we shrine, so.
Spirit's voice resonates in your
so
head. Hurry, they are about to attack.
we need to head back to protect Bronze Pits. Alright, and after we approach the treasure chest, we're going to get another wave. We can use I can use my poison potions on Bronze Pits, which is kind of nice. So, all right, so we'll shrine up, and then we just have to survive escorting him to the end, which is all right. We got a named item, Bronze Spirit. Not super interesting. This is kind of useful for a tank type. I'll probably just delete that. Other people probably wish they would get that. Okay, so I hate to waste the wand, but we're very close. This is a very tough quest. I'm going to go ahead and give fire resist and acid resist to Marissa and to Bronze Pits. All right, and we are ready to go. And good to have my shield clicky here because there's, you know, some of the casters use them. I think they tend to use more elemental damage in this part, but no reason not to use the shield clicky. It can only help us. So we don't want to go too fast. As we proceed, as we get to another section closer to the Brother Grimm camp, we're going to get more waves of tieflings. All right, and he didn't really take any damage there. That's good. And ideally, we do this part in less than 7 minutes. Oh, there's the champion fire elemental. Try to get him turned around so he's focused on me. Alright, get Brawn Pits healed up. Continue on, and they have 5 minutes left on the buffs. Alright, so where were we going? This way, I think? Oop. This looks like towards the camp. There we go. Alright, champion, fire elemental. I've got to get that CC guy, whoever he is, there he is. Alright, let me take a quick look at Brawn Pits. Get him turned around at me. Hero Soul is extra hit points. Alright, so let's check. Brawn Pits, he took some damage, but not too bad. Alright, let's see how many, let me use one more heal. And Marissa's almost out of spell points, that's not good. Alright, 2 minutes left. I think we could maybe do this. Pretty close. We got 2 more big fights. Alright, I'm going to try to get down before his stuff wears off. He's got a little bit of time left on. I'm gonna get my magic missile back, rock up. We got 2 fights here. I think one if we go down this way. There we go. That illusionist. Alright, let's see. 48 seconds. Alright, well, it looks like I'm going to have to use another round of buffs on these guys. I was hoping not to, but I don't want to fail this quest with the last few minutes left. And Marissa's getting really low on spell points, so I can't afford not to have these buffs on. Alright, here we go. One more wave, and then the end wave, which is the toughest wave. We got a bunch of wolves to fight. Let's get this illusionist. Alright. And then this fight's a doozy. I'm going to go into this fight with all my buffs.
A whispery voice echoes in the valley.
And this is not on hard normal. Just all these orange walls. Pretty much. Try to take them one time. Broad Pits is half down. Oop, knocked down, bad. I'm gonna have to. Okay, I got the aggro. That's good. Now I need Mercy to heal me. Very close, but you can see why I recommend skipping this one on Reaper. Champion chest back there too, but I think before I get the champion chest, I'm gonna escort him here.
Reaches the caravan on the way to Stormreach. Your work here is done.
So that's a small problem, Reaper 1. Again, as I mentioned at the beginning, this is one of the tougher quests. I would recommend possibly skipping it on Reaper and running it as part of your favor. Run it at 20 or 30. I'm going to take this staff here for 2 reasons. One, it's silver, so I might be able to use it for crafting later. But secondly, it's anarchic, and even though I'll take a negative level if I use it, there is a quest coming up soon, in fact, a couple levels, where this will be required, and now that I have my extra pack space, I could afford to keep this in my bank. So I'm going to stick this in my bank, and I don't want to use an anarchic weapon, but it does get around the inevitables damage reduction. I might find a better one, because this is only a level 7 weapon, but if not, this is better than using whatever standard weapon I have. Alright, that is a small problem on Reaper 1.